Hello, Bob here. This week we're carrying on with some of the maintenance in the garden. I'm going to chop some of these brooms down. I did start yesterday and I chopped one or two bits down. We're also having a couple of fires and there'll be some other jobs to do as well outside, so come along and see what we do. So today after the rain it's quite a nice bright day. Just been messing about fixing a leak on a tap. I've had to remove the tap and plug it. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, it's quite a nice day. So we had a leak from the tap which was here. As you can see the staining, so this morning I've taken the tap off and just put a plug in. We don't use these taps because we haven't got a sink here anyway, so yeah, that'll do for now until we put the proper water system in. So these beds where they haven't been planted up and haven't got soil on them are starting to grow weeds. I had some soil in that one, it's grown an awful lot of weeds. So what we've just done is we've just put some cardboard on, kill the weeds, and we'll also just continue when we take the cement off, blocks off obviously, and fill them with soil. The cardboard will break down anyway, so there's no problem there, but we probably won't be using these while spring. Ellie Rose has just, in the bed what had carrots in it, has just done another like quarter of a bed, levelled it out a little bit, taken the biggest stones out and planted some onions. We've also put some cardboard in one of the far beds what did have melons in. We've taken all the melons out. We've got lettuce and some broccoli in there, but where we have half a bed it's starting to grow weeds, so again we've covered it in cardboard to suppress the weeds. So we'll be planting that probably springtime. I don't know, if we find something else to put in we'll put something else in. So Debbie's just clearing the some of the scrap metal and the rubbish what's got piled up down here near the wood pile, which will give us access to the wood better for when it gets to winter and we have a few more fires. We've had the odd one or two already, but yeah, we had a few in Ellie Rose's as well just to help dry it out a bit, so that's gone okay. Plenty of wood there and we've got loads of woods to chop. She's also cleaned up Ellie Rosie's patio, just made it a little bit tidier because some of the rubbish what we brushed out when she had a flood has just sort of dried up on the floor, so there was like mud, well not mud, brick dust and bits and bobs, you know, waste cardboard and stuff, so we've got all that cleared up as well. So it's been a beautiful day today, so I've just gone and finished the rest of the bottom field. Debbie says it looks a lot better, but yeah, I have to show her. I've still got the bit right down at the bottom where the broom is. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's just rough ground. It's never really had a great deal done with it, but it has some pine trees and things like that, so we'll be taking them out this year. And yeah, we're going to have a couple more fires, you can probably tell. But we've got a lot more pruning of the trees and things to do. We started with the dead wood on the lower branches. We've taken that out, but I'm going to have to start climbing up the tree and take the bigger branches off now. But yeah, I think the ground looks okay. It was a bit longer than what I thought it was, and it's sort of left clumps here and there, so we'll wait until it dies back and then give it another quick go. I've got some around the orange and the lemon trees to clear, but obviously that had netting on, so I'm going to pull the netting out and do that by hand. And I've just cleared a bit down the track from where the rubble pile is, just so this wire doesn't get sort of wrapped in the growing grass and what have you. I also have some old guttering down there and some metal bow. I'm going to make a new post for this wire at some point, but it's just clearing the ground at the moment. The goats don't do bad up here, they keep quite a lot of it down, as you can see at the other side, and then I'll move them over here and let them have this side. But we are going to get them back in a pen very shortly. I'm burning some of the old corn stalks off, so when we get the barn over there emptied out a little bit, we'll then put a big fence round for the goats, and we'll be able to just open the door and let them in and out and roam. We do sort of take them around the land on the leads and what have you, but while I've been strimming, Annie's very nervous, so we've just had her fastened down. Debbie's been out most of the time sort of keeping an eye on them, so she's just gone in, so I've come out. So it's my turn to look after them. So Alfie wants to be down with his mum, and we tied him to a chair. Him and Dotty are now linked together because they've wrapped the leads and the chair is yeah, not on the patio where it should be. Yeah, Dotty's not very happy. No. So we're just continuing to remove some of this broom, just tidy the land up a little bit. Oop. Cutting into two there. It's quite a big bit there. Yeah, now I've got some of that out of the way. I'll have to come back and strimmer some of this again. I'll do that later. I might be able to take some of the thinner bits off this as well, or thicker bits. Can't get any further into that at the moment. Wrong angle, hitting the floor. timber.
Well, I got that on camera.
Nearly got Ellie Rose with that.
You did get me with that. You also got the camera with that.
About 5 or 6 branches all together. So as you can see, quite a lot of this is tangled up, which is why I come down and cut a lot of this stuff back earlier. But now I'm being able to get a bit further into it, and I can cut some of these other bits of broom off. We'll get it all removed down here, and then we'll probably have a fire either later today or tomorrow. So I've just put in to have a fire today because we've got quite a lot of broom, 2 or 3 piles, and a little bit of pine down the bottom. I do know broom goes up very quickly, so I'm only putting a little bit on at a time and just being a bit careful. Just got a little flame gun for lighting the fire, and hopefully it'll kick off pretty quickly. I've got a little bit of straw underneath because we are burning some of the straw off as well, what we have. It's, as you see, a bit of straw on the broom soon sparks up. We don't want to get out of hand, so we'll only be putting probably a branch or 2 on at a time, nothing more. There is some branches off some of the fruit trees and things what are under there as well. But yeah, that's what we're going to do, just pull a branch or so on at a time. So I'm just pulling a couple of bits up. As you can see, there's quite a lot of sort of oily substance in broom, so it does catch quite well. Dries out quite quick as well. So I've just been and put the hens away. because they're running about all over. They do free range, but they're being a bit daft at the moment and travelling under the barn and going into the barns and tool room, so I've moved them. But while I was doing that, I just spotted the pomegranates, and as you can see, they've split open. So I've pulled a couple out and we're just going to see what they're like inside. So as you can see, Debbie's just opened these up a little bit more just to see if there's any bugs inside or anything like that. They look lovely and red. Don't look like there's anything gotten in there. I think they've just split with the
wet weather.
Wet weather, yeah. And tastes very nice too. So I've just decided to have a bit of a swap around in the kitchen. We're bringing the fridge over here to this corner from where it used to stand, which is just behind the camera where Debbie is now. And we're also going to bring the butcher's block over this side as well. The reason for that will become clear later in the week, or later in the video when you watch it possibly. But we started to swap the doors over on the fridge, and it's beginning to get quite a big job. I've had the lid to take off to get some brackets, the door obviously to take off to swap around, and then there's some brackets underneath. But also, because of the way the freezer's fitted, I've got the door to swap around, freezer door to swap around as well, otherwise you can't open it. So it's all, you know, little jobs turning into bigger jobs. So we'll get on with it, and then we'll soon be done.
Get the kitchen tidied up then, because it's in total chaos at the moment.
Yeah.
So as Steve said earlier, we've had a bit of a move around, and the fridge is now in the corner. As you know, he's swapped the doors around and the icebox door. We've got the butcher's block under the edge of the worktop there. It's not a finished kitchen, as you know. We've still got to build our units and everything. This is just temporary. But yeah, it's looking a whole lot tidier. The water bottles are not staying there. I'm going to have a bit of a move around up this end of the kitchen and see if we can find somewhere to put the water bottles and tidy this end up as well.
So I've just had delivery of a fridge freezer. The old one was too small for our needs. It was bought early on when we first came over, just to keep milk and stuff cool. So yeah, we needed something bigger. So we saw this in the sale the other day. It was quite a lot of money off, so we decided to get it now rather than later. It's a Christmas present to both of us. Yeah, because otherwise we wouldn't have been getting one. So it's got quite a big fridge.
Which is what I needed, because last Christmas I really did struggle with the tiny little under counter fridge. Yeah, it was hard work trying to put everything in it.
So I'm just taking the plastics off. We can't put it on until tomorrow.
Midnight, you said?
Well, midnight. Or tomorrow if I'm not up at midnight.
Yeah, so it's got an ice dispenser as well and water. Because, yeah, I like ice, and I buy about, in the summertime I buy about 3 or 4 bags of ice a week. So, as Steve said, that's our Christmas present to each other.
So because I've been messing about with this fridge and it's gone 5:15, it's past Dottie's food time, so she's sat near the food bin waiting, because in that bin we keep all sacks of food and treats and things. So yeah, she's sat patiently waiting, which is unusual. Usually she's pulling at my fingers by now. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed what we do, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell. And below's our links to our Facebook and Instagram, which we update regularly. Thanks, bye.